All right, so 2 more full pages and that's it. It's not going to take very long now that you know this. Okay. How to examine a scatter plot. As in any graph of data, look for the overall pattern and for striking departures. Okay, so this is what you need to know right here. We're just going to review it again. That's just a little star, sorry. You can describe overall pattern of a scatter plot by the direction. This is the only time you're going to use direction, form, and strength is with the scatter plot. Okay, everything else is going to be shape, center, spread, outliers. That's doing curves and stuff. Form and strength. An important kind of departure is an outlier. An individual value that falls outside the overall pattern.
Are you sort of looking at those in tests?
And remember, until we know that it for sure is one, we just say possible outliers at blah, blah, blah. So on the last one, we said possible outliers on those 2 points, and then I defined those 2 points to tell you that they actually were. All right. In the last example, we constructed a scatter plot shown below that displays the average number of points scored per games and the number of wins for college football teams in the SEC. Describe what the scatter plot reveals about the relationship between points per game and wins. So this is the one we did in our calculator. So what are the things that we need to know? The first one is direction. What direction is it going in? Positive. As the points per game increase, the number of wins increase. Okay, and you guys know how to do that. Form, what shape is it? Linear. This one is not slightly curved. It is very linear. I mean, you guys can see it's very linear. Strength. It is strong because it is very linear.
Is it asking for surface things?
Yes.
Describe what it would be.
Yes. When it says describe, yeah, just like before when it told us to describe the curves or the plots that we had, we did shape, center, spread, mean, outliers, all that. Scatter plots are direction, form, and strength. Okay. Anything else is going to be shape, center, spread, outliers.
Is there a way to like determine the outline without having to?
Yes. How can you do that? How can you do it? Same way you do anything else. But we'll learn how to do 2 sets of data later on. Not right now. All right. Are there any outliers? Doesn't look like it. I would go with none.
Would the bottom left corner and top right corner be a cluster or just 90%?
No, because they're very close to each other. It's got to be like a large gap. Like if you look, this is 20, 25, and then, yeah. Yeah. All right. So this page is not much writing. It does ask you to make a scatter plot out of that chart, but if y'all are okay, I'm not going to do that. Are y'all okay with that? Okay. We are going to do it. Now that you said that, we're going to do it. All right. So far, we've seen relationships with 2 different directions. The number of wins generally increases as the points scored per game increases. That means it's a positive association. The mean SAT score generally goes down as the percent of graduates taking the test increase, which would be a negative. Why do you think that's the case? This just talking has nothing to do with stats. Why do you think that's the case?
Because like a lower percentage of people don't make the higher score.
Who typically takes the SAT?
High school students.
Who in high school typically takes the SAT? Anybody going to college. When you start increasing that percentage, you're pulling kids that are not going to college or are not college ready into that group. So that's why it starts going down. Typically, your smarter kids are the ones that are pushing to take that SAT and they're working on it. But once you get into that higher percentage, you're adding in those lower students as well. So that's why it goes down. All right, two variables have a positive association. When above average values of one tend to accompany above average values of the other. Pretty sure that's on your vocab quiz. Two variables have a negative association, also on your quiz. When above average values of one tend to accompany below average values of the other. So notice how close those definitions are, right? Don't get those screwed up on your vocab quiz, okay? Read the whole thing. Of course, not all relationships have a clear direction that we can describe as a positive or a negative association.
Can you move the paper up?
The next example illustrates a strong positive association. An important form. Manatees. They're so cute. I saw one time. Big blobs of fun. All right, y'all good? Everybody got that? So if we were in class for real, I would make you do it. Y'all know if we had time, I'd make you do it. This is what it looks like. It's cool, huh? Yeah. So what are they doing? Boats registered in Florida compared to the number of manatees killed. What's happening? Yeah, the more boats, the more manatees that are getting killed. Is everybody good? All right. So it says, describe what you see. I'm going to go down here, and the chart is on the other side, but I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go right down here. What was your direction? What was your form? Mm-hmm. What was your strength? Guys, you don't have to lay it out like this. You can say there is a strong positive linear association. Get it all done at one time if you want to. That's perfectly fine. All right. And then did you happen to see any outliers? I didn't either. So again, just getting you to describe scatterplots. All right. Two more pages. Two more pages. Actually, one more page. This is the last page. This is the last page. All right. In the chapter opening case study, we didn't do it. The Starnes family arrived at Old Faithful after it had erupted. They wondered how long it would be until the next eruption. Here's a scatter plot that plots the interval between consecutive eruptions of Old Faithful against the duration of previous eruptions for the month prior to their visit. Okay, good. Describe the direction of the relationship and explain why this makes sense. Positive. Read your scales. Read your scales. Duration to the interval. What do you think? What's positive mean? So the longer, and you can just say duration. The longer the duration, the longer the interval. So if it asks you to explain it, that's all you're doing. Just use the context of the problem. That's it. If it were negative, the longer the duration, the less the interval. That's it. All right. What form does the relationship take? Linear. Why are there two clusters of points? So you should identify those clusters. Where's the first cluster at?
0.5 to 2.5.
So what's the average? 2. The first cluster is around 2. Where's your second cluster?
420.
4.5. Perfect. Great job. How strong is the relationship? Strong. You can tell it is linear and you can tell that it's increasing.
Wait, so why are there two clusters?
Right here, there's a big pile of data here and a big pile here.
You know, like the explanation and context.
Nope, nope, you were good. Are there any outliers?
The one up there. The one down there, it's like at 2.5.
This one?
One above, 1.5. Those two are kind of, but they're not that far.
Okay. Any more?
The one up there, yeah.
Just the one or both of them or what? So how would I describe this? Do we know for sure? No. So possible outliers. And the way that they put it, I'm gonna say mine are in pink. Okay. The possible outliers, it says between 2 and 4 possible outliers. So like if you wrote the words possible outliers already, are between 2 and 4. Or there are possibly 2 or 4 outliers, 2 to 4 outliers. I don't care how you write it. And then number 5, what information does the Starnes family need to predict when the next eruption will occur?
The average duration,
Of?
how long it takes to get to eruption.
I need it in, okay. What is it based on? Okay, so what do I need to know before I can predict the next one? The last one. So the previous one. Perfect. I need the duration. So what you said was right. What you said was right. I definitely need the duration, but I need it of the previous, the one right before it. Because the previous duration or the previous interval duration, sorry. Yes, if it's the longer the duration, the longer the interval is going to be.
So I was reading the graph kind of long.
It's okay. That's why we go over it. Yeah, we're good. All right, so that's where we're going to stop. We'll pick up tomorrow. Oh, no, we won't. We'll go over our test tomorrow. We'll pick this back up on Monday. Okay, is everybody good with that? Go do your homework. I think it's like 5 problems. That's it. And it's not bad. Remember, if it says plot, scatter plot, do not do it in your calculator and then do your direction form strength, all of that.